Good morning, I'm Olivia. Welcome to my SilverSneakers Flex chair yoga class. Let's get started. I do record these classes, that's what I'm doing. And put them up on YouTube. Okay, settle on into the back of the chair, if you will, please. Let that spine kind of push back in, that pelvis push back in. And then see if you can ground your feet. For those of you that are a little a height challenge, it may be a little difficult to do that, but work at that. Settle in, tuck the shoulder blades underneath. Let your eyes drift closed. Relax those powerful jaw muscles. So I want you to unclench your biting teeth there. And then begin to be aware of your breathing. Are we shallow breathing today, or can you really take in that deep breath into the base of the rib cage? Right away, you notice that exhale is the relaxing part of this breath. Just kind of feel that front body sink to the back body. By relaxing the jaw and throat, that translates down into the shoulders, the torso, the arms, hips, legs. Just a very relaxing yoga breath that is deep breath in, deep breath out. And one thing that makes you smile, brings you a little bit of joy. Let the corners of your mouth turn up so when you open your eyes, everybody around you is smiling. And let's scoot out to the edge of your seat. And feet right underneath the knees, head over heart over pelvis. We're going to continue with that same breath, but what I want you to do is when you get to the top of that inhale, pull in a little more breath. And when you get to the bottom of that exhale, squeeze the rib cage and let go of a little more of that breath. So let's make this deep breath in, deep breath out. And then see if you can focus the breath maybe to the back ribs. And maybe to the front, to that heart space right there. And then draw the attention to the rib cage. So underneath the arms right there. See if you can breathe there. Some lateral breathing. One more. And then let's bring that smile back to your face. Open your eyes, soft gaze, tipping the head over. And as you do this, I want you to think about lifting that left ear to the ceiling. Pass through the center. We go the other way. Same thing. Lift that right ear to the ceiling. Hold your breath. And come back looking over that right shoulder without moving the shoulders at all. Keep them relaxed, pass through the center, and look over the left shoulder. Again, just let the shoulders relax. You're going to want to sort of tighten up and pull, but keep them relaxed. Now, while you're here, I want you to drop your chin, trace your collarbone, all the way up to the right side, and then go back. And one more time. Come back to the center, head over heart over pelvis, nice and tall. Broaden the collarbones here, so coming into seated mountain pose with intention. Push the feet into the earth right there. I'm going to take my hands and help that, press them down just a little bit. Draw the elbows in, let the elbows draw down, lifting the heart, broaden the collarbones. Yeah, seated mountain pose. All right, let's roll the shoulders. So slide the hands, connect with them, pushing the legs down into the feet, into the earth as you do this. And again. And so this is where I'm going to tell you, I want you to find what feels good, right? I'm not in your body, and you're not in my body. So what will feel good to me may not to you. So I want you to find what works for you today. All right, we're going to reverse this so all the way around. Again. And again. One more. All right, cross the arms in front and then open them wide. Okay, coming into these goalpost arms, which we will use often today. And again. One more time. Hands right here at your heart. I'm going to push the right hand forward and the left hand draws back. So I draw a little bit of movement in my spine now. Push and pull. Again. Exhale. Again. One more time. All right. Both hands in the front. Reach to the ceiling. Squeeze the heel of the hand together and drop the shoulders and then open. We're going to hinge forward. Reaching for the outside of the calf muscles right there. And then inhale, slide the hands up a bit as you take the gaze forward. Like I said something to you and you wanted to see me. All right. Circle sweep, come all the way up. Deep breath in and down. And arms out. Now you have choices. You can keep the hands here, 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 or long. I'm just going to hinge. I'm going to keep my long so you can mostly see me. And as you do this, I want you to notice you are tall on the sit bones. All right. So you're not rocking side to side on your hips. We're going to press both sit bones evenly into the ground as you do this. So this movement is right here in the rib cage. And again. Two more. Let's leave this arm up. Bring the other one up. Squeeze the heel of the hand, the fingertips together so you work the chest and forward fold. Now, tuck the chin a little, look back underneath the chair, and then inhale, halfway rise again. Circle sweep, come all the way up. And now we're going to wash this wall right in front of us. So side to side, a little rotation. A different plane. And again. Now notice what's happened to your breath as it's still nice and smooth, I hope. And again. One more time. Come on back to the front. I'm going to walk my feet about just a little wider than chair width apart right here. And then hands come to the knees. So again, my knees are still over top of my feet, so they haven't buckled in, right? So straight arms, just gently around the kneecaps. And you want to pop them off. Inhale, lifting the heart. Without, let the head fall back. Just lift the heart. And then exhale, roll back towards the fleshy part of your seat. Tuck the chin, look back towards your navel. And then again, same thing. Inhale, lifting the heart. Exhale, scoop, cat and cow right here, round the spine. And again, inhale, we lift. There, I can see you better now. Exhale. Ooh. Now exhale, let's stay in this posture right here. And on the next inhale, lift the rib cage to the ceiling. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, lift the rib cage to the ceiling. Come right back up. The left fingers are going to reach out like you're going to shake somebody's hand over there. And up and around to the back. All right. Now, you can pass through the heart space right there if you'd like. Or you can lift it up to the ceiling. It's up to you. Reaching out. Reach a little further each time. You want to feel that stretch come down the back. And reaching out. And I'm using my right hand for a little bit of support here. But the navel is always pulling into the spine here. One more time. And reach. All right. And then let's just travel around here. So navel to the spine here always. That's what supports that back. And you want to take this a little deeper. Excuse me. Work the shoulders, or you want to just stay up high. That's okay too. All right. All right. Let's get that other side going. So here we go. We're going to reach over and then around. And with each one, I'm going to reach. For me, I'm going to begin to reach a little bit more. That may or may not work for you. And you find that range of motion that feels good. I'm merely here with suggestions. And again. One more time. All right, hand down, or we're going to go the other way. And around. Keeping that spine as straight as you can here. And one more. All right, spiraling up to the top. So make a little spiral a little bit smaller with each time, with each rotation, and then finally you're up nice and tall on the sit bones. Walk your feet back in. Let's lift that right knee up, and then I'm just going to let it plop to the ground. It's like you're trying to wake up your feet a little bit. So drawing it up towards the knee, towards the ceiling. No, I didn't mean the knee. I meant the shoulder. Yeah. I knew that didn't sound right. And again. All right, let's hold this left or right one up nice and tall. So square out the body here. Out she goes. I'm going to drop it down. I'm going to brush the ground, come right back in and up. If you have shoes on, I don't know, maybe it's easier in shoes than it is socks. But out and around. So I'm articulating actually my toes too, my ankles, my knee, and the hip. All right. And one more time. All right. Let's leave that leg out there. And then I'm going to use my left hand right here. I'm going to hinge about 90 degrees here. A little micro bend in the knee will help you do this. And then once you get there, bring the heart forward and take the gaze up. Boy, that's when you'll feel that lengthen. All right. Release down. I'm going to use those hands and push off, round the spine, and roll back up. And with it comes this other leg. All right. So same thing here. Hold the door. Hold that wall up in front. Down. Drag it right back in. And again. Nice and tall. If you don't need hands, don't use them, all right? But let's be sure we're not rolling back. Okay, so I want you to really work at staying nice and tall. And again. One more time, and this time I'll hold it up. Is that what we did? No, we extended out, we held it down. Hands on that right thigh. Again, get that spine nice and tall. You can put a little micro bend on there if you'd like. We're going to hinge forward at the hip. Yeah. So looking down at the knee, at the toes first, and then move the heart forward. Yeah. Feel that little more lengthen in the back of the leg. Hands on that right thigh. Release, round, and roll back up. All right, deep breath in. Now the range of motion, we're going to release, looking over to the right wall. Those of you that are on the side, it's a little bit goofier here, right? But you're going to look to the right wall, and that's the right wall of your imaginary box that you're in. Maybe looking over the shoulder. Come on back to the front. Take a deep breath. We'll go the other way. Same thing. You're going to feel the weight even on those sit bones. I want you to feel the shoulders are parallel to the ground so you haven't sunk back into this. Lifting the heart. Everything will always come from this beautiful mountain pose. The collarbones are nice and broad. Looking to the left wall. Going back to the front. Cross over right here. Tuck the chin. Breathe right between the shoulder blades. All right. And then lifting the arms, elbows back. Breathe into the heart. Lift it. Hands together. Now, we're going to rise up. You have two choices, a couple of choices. Hands here, you can use the chair. You can reach to the ceiling when you get up. You can keep them here, whatever you want. Take a deep breath in. Fire on those abdominal muscles. Exhale. Here we go. We're going to reach up. And and let the arms float down. Now coming into mountain pose, I want you to put the heels right underneath your sit bones here. So they're not wider than the hips, they're not together, they're just comfortably apart, all right? And then just put a little micro bend in your knees as you draw the tailbone to the ground, okay? Just don't lock the joints, so just keep them soft there. You'll know the difference. If you're gonna lock out a joint, you really feel these leg muscles fire on. What I want you to do is put a little bend and then fire them on, all right? Lift the pelvic floor, belly in, chest lifts, and the collarbones broaden. Close your eyes for a minute if you're comfortable. If not, keep gaze right ahead on something that's not moving. And let the elbows tuck into your waist. Deep breath. Forward fold, exhale. Inhale, we're going to halfway rise. Look at that little dog right in front. And exhale, circle sweep. Pick that dog up and up to the ceiling. Circle the arms around. Yeah. Shake out. Let's move around to the back of the chair. Grab a drink of water, please, on your way. Water carries nutrients and oxygen to your cells, flushing out your impurities in your system, aids digestion, prevents constipation, normalizes blood pressure, cushions joints, protects organs and tissues, regulates body temperature, maintains electrolyte balance, and I have copies for everyone. And there is a water fountain over there if you didn't bring it today. Okay. Downward facing dog. Hands on the chair. I want you to walk the feet back underneath the hips and then lowering the heart towards the earth. All right. Bend the elbows if you need to. Straighten them if you're able to. Soften the knees. Draw the tailbone to the back wall and feel that low back open up a bit. Breathing into the back ribs, belly is pulled in. We will use this posture often. One more breath. And then taking the gaze over the chair, you flex that back, feel it work, and step into the chair. Okay. Now using the chair, let's just lift the knees out to the side. All right. And again, as high as you are comfortable, doesn't matter to me. I just want to kind of wake them up. Again. Nice. Okay, let's step over to the right side of the chair because we're on a little bit of balance. What I want you to do is just tap the chair and right back down. Just give it a little tap and down. Now, if you can do it without hands, fingers fine, just give it a little tap. And if you get good at it, look up. Maybe even look around the room. All right. So that you're not watching necessarily where you're going. And lots of times that's where we get into trouble. And one more. All right, let's stretch. That was kind of a step and a stretch together. Streps. Okay, into the ground. So get a little bit of a calf stretch, and then let that tailbone draw kind of under you to get a little stretch in this hip flexor, which we just worked there. Okay, hand on the chair. We're going to pop up and then flex that back foot. Give that ankle a little bit of a wiggle there. All right, and then a little bit of a pulse, lifting the heel. I have a little micro bend in that front leg. Belly is in, so my front body is lifting. You can lift it and tap it. That's fine too. Doesn't matter to me. I just want you to work the glute, back of the leg, so that leg is straight. All right, it's not bent. It's straight. One more time. All right, step forward a little bit, nice and tall. I'm going to sink into that back knee and come down and stretch the back of that leg now. Take a breath. Come all the way back up. All right, we go to the other side. So turn towards the chair here a little bit. I'm just going to touch the chair and come back. So get your balance down here. And then if you're able to, maybe release the chair. If you're really feeling sassy, look around the room a little bit. All right? See how that'll work for you. How many times you've said, I just wasn't paying attention to where I was going. Well, that's what I'm going to ask you to do because you've got this chair handy. And even with hands on the chair, look around and see how that affects. Yeah. Okay. Good balance work. One more time. All right, and I like a little stretch afterwards, so stretch that foot back, drop the heel into the ground. Let that tailbone begin to draw underneath you, lengthen your spine. You feel a nice stretch here in the front of the leg. Breathing deep. All right, so now we're going to come into just a little work in the back. You can flex, lift it, and then tap it, or lift it and keep it lifted. It's up to you entirely. But this glute, hamstring, we just strengthen the front of the leg. We work a little on the back, the opposing muscle group. Belly in. Yes. 4, 3, 2, 1. Swing it forward. Nice and tall. I'm on the railroad tracks, not a tightrope, and I'm going to sink into that back knee. It's kind of like I'm curtsying, sort of. All right, and come on back up. Again, let's go back to downward facing dog. Any movement you need now, all right? You want to bend the knees deeper. You want to bend one knee and then the other knee. That's okay. Breathing deep. All right. Take the gaze over the chair. Step into the chair, towards the chair. I'm going to put the right hand over and then take this arc over. Look down towards the ground first and look to the front, and then let the hand come to the back of your head right there. All right, like right where you put your hat. And then as you look upward just a little bit, notice that elbow is going to come back and going to stretch into that chest even more. Doesn't take much. All right, let's go the other side. Same thing. Reaching up, reaching over, drop your shoulders, look down towards the ground. So let's work this neck first. You should feel even on both feet here. Look back to the front, drop that hand to your head. And then as you turn the gaze a little bit, lifting that elbow, it's going to travel back a little bit and open the chest. All right. Step away from the chair so you don't hit your face. We take a deep breath in. Forward fold. If you need one hand on the chair, go ahead and use it. Halfway rise again. Look towards the back of the chair and circle sweep. Come into chair pose momentarily. Rise up. Deep breath. I'm going to step in just a little bit, so if you need the chair, you've got it handy. We're going to take those sunflowers and both arms up, but I'm going to start with one hand on the chair as a nice option for anybody that needs it. Head over, heart over pelvis. So our star pose is all 5 points of the star. All right. We're going to circle sweep down, push through the feet, and rise back up. Now, if you're afraid to bend your knees, use the chair. That will help you get back up. Just don't let the head fall below the hips here, all right? And in order to do that, you got to bend your knees, all right? And again, feet are out wide here. And again, beautiful. One more time. Okay, coming back to that star pose. Reach up. I'll take both arms if you'd like. And now these are called moonflowers. Bend the elbows, bend the knees. Reach right back up. So for the most part, my back stays nice and tall. And I would switch hands if you have used one hand on the other side. Use the other hand now. And back up. 2 more. All right, the last one. All right, so in this position, drop your shoulders. Connect your ribs to your hips. So knit them together there. And then be sure you've got the baby toe edge of your foot on the ground, as well as the big toe mound. You are about as broad a base as you can be in the bottom, and as strong in the top. All right, clap the hands, bring them into your heart, walk your feet together. Nice deep breath in, forward fold. We take this halfway rise, and we circle sweep. All right, step in on the right foot, step back on the left foot, and I want you to turn that left toe out to the diagonal of your imaginary box, and you're going to be facing the front of the room. So sink that back heel into the ground, and rise up. Head over, heart over pelvis here. Yeah, turning the palms out. And these are goalpost arms. Now what I want you to do, I want you to imagine those elbows are going to come behind you and touch that back heel. So they draw back and they draw down. Lift the heart. Warrior 1, Sink into that back knee. Breathe. All right, circle sweep, rise all the way back up. Let's take that right hand on the chair. I'm going to cross over, and then I'm going to turn that left hand to the left wall. Beautiful. Circle sweep down, come right back up. Reach to the chair, so I have to hinge at the hip a little bit here. Turn that right hand to the right wall. I'm hinged forward just a little bit here. Very nice. All right, both hands on the chair, step back to downward facing dog. Hands back to your knees. Reverse swan dive all the way back up, which means you're going to lead with the knuckles coming all the way to the ceiling and all the way back down. All right, step in on the right. Oh, let's grab a drink of water first. Do we need more reasons why? All right. All right, so let's go back with the toes turned out. No, you know what? Let's turn the toes to the front first. So the outside edges of your feet are going to come parallel to your imaginary box. If you are right here in front, the outside edges of your feet are lined up with those lines. Okay, nice and tall. Reach up. Deep breath in. Hands on the hips. I want you to soften the knees here. All right. Elbows are going to draw back. Shoulder blades are going to draw together. You know, it's sort of like, yeah. All right? Yeah. So a little sassiness here. Yeah. And then hinge at the hip. Let that heart come towards the chair. My knees are bent. Please, please, please. And then push all the way back up. Use your toes and push back up. In other words, I don't want you to let the hips fall back. I want you to come forward. You feel the toes fire on when you do that. And then push right back up. So instead of letting the hips fall back, come forward. You want to keep the hips right over the ankles. And again, one more time. All the way up. Nice. Turn that right toe to the right wall. And let's swoosh out and come all the way around. All right? So I'm going to push out. And as I come around, I'm going to lift my toe in front. Don't feel like you have to do that. If that gives your heel trouble, if it throws your balance off, don't worry about it. Yeah. And again. One more time. We're going to leave that right arm out there and let it follow by the right. Straight legs, straight arms, straight spine. All right? And head over, heart over pelvis. So not here. All right? Get those hip bones level. All right. Now, as I reach to the right, my hips are going to go to the left. Come right back up. Tailbone comes right back to the ground. And again, reach to the right. Hips go to the left. Lovely. Come right back up. We're getting it. We're getting it. One more time. Come right back up. And this time we're going to go into our triangle pose. So reach to the right, using the chair if you need to. Windmill the arms. And you can use the chair in any arm right here. But my hips are pushing left. Look down towards the toes, so work the neck right there first. And I'm just resting my fingers there or on the chair. Look to the front. Head over, let's see, wrist over elbow over shoulder right here makes it easier than this. But if it's too much for the arm, feel free to put that arm down too. Turn the gaze towards the arm if you can. Fire on those abdominal muscles. Let them hold you here. And we're going to level this out and come into Warrior Two. So now that front knee is going to bend. And this knee goes over the ankle, and this leg is straight. Always. All right? Always. In this posture. All right, bring the arms in and out. So just work in the shoulders. Let's have a little bit of the fingers with it too. So it's like, you know, this is sign language for courage. So I like that movement. And again. And out they go, circle the wrists. And then bring the fingertips into the heel of the hand. Give it a squeeze. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And again, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reaching up, both arms. Drop that left arm down to your left thigh. Let it creep down a bit. Turn the gaze towards the upward arm. Maybe use the chair. Maybe slide that hand into your back right pocket. It's up to you. Deep breath in, deep breath out. All right, we're going to level this back to warrior two. Head over heart over pelvis, and then windmill the arms. Yeah, that arm floats to the ceiling. Maybe it's going to float towards the side of your ear. All right, not in front here, side of your ear. And turn the gaze if you'd like. Use the chair if you need to. And we're going to circle this arm around. And come right back. Toes to the front. Once again, hands on the hips. A little chest expansion. Oh, it should feel good. And then I'm going to cross the hands over the chair. Crisscross them. Tuck the chin. Breathe right between the shoulder blades. All right. And then come back up. We're going to turn that left toe to the left wall. Again, legs are straight first. All right. And arms are straight. I say straight. Just not locked, right? Straight. So you can still keep that tailbone drawing to the ground. Now, as I move to the left, my hips go to the right. Come right back up. Tailbone comes right to the ground. And again, hips push left. So my spine stays straight here as I do this. Come right back up. Again, reach, reach, reach. Come right back up. And reach, reach, reach. We windmill the arms. Just touch wherever those fingertips land, they land. And this other arm can stay on the chair, can move up. You can use the chair for both hands. All right, entirely up to you. Look down towards the earth. So working the neck. And breathe. Look to the front. Maybe looking towards the arm. It's up to you. We're going to level this out. Come into warrior two. So that front knee bends. That knee comes right over the ankle here. And the back leg is straight. And you don't have to be this far apart. You can bring that back foot in. But once again, this knee is always over the ankle. The back leg is always straight. Wherever you are. Okay? Arms out. All right, so this time I want you to bring the fingertips into the base of the knuckles right there. So squeeze them in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and out. And again, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and out. Now, let's take the arms up, and then I want you to bring the thumbs in, cross it over, bring it back, and extend it. Okay, so curl it in, bring it over. It's like, that's not the Girl Scout. Girl Scout is 3, right? Yeah. In, but same kind of thing. Out. And again, bring it in, touch it over. Bring it. Can y'all see out there? One more time. Bring it in, touch it across, and out. All right, warrior two. Lovely. Wonder what I did next. Anybody remember? Paul?
You started with warrior one on the other side with the right leg forward and
I don't remember that.
sidetracked.
I did get sidetracked, didn't I? All right, so we're going to go extended angle. Darn it. That's right, I did. Oh, look down towards the earth once again. And then turn the gaze forward, maybe skyward. This time, let's drop that arm around. Come right back. Turn both toes to the front. Deep breath in. Star pose. Hands together. Walk, step, jump your feet in. So would it be the left foot out?
No, left foot forward.
Left foot forward, right foot back? Okay. See?
Thanks, Paul.
He's always got me on task though. But I didn't do the side, which was right. That's why I looked to him. When you're not here on Wednesday, we're just a mess.
Four next Wednesdays.
Great. Okay. Warrior one. Again, front knee bent, back leg straight. If this is too far, go ahead and bring it in. But front knee is still bent and back leg is still straight. And we're going to rotate this out. Let the elbows reach back as if they're going to touch that back heel. Breathing deep. All right. Let's circle sweep. Come right back up. Drop your shoulders. Left hand down. Turn to the right. Yep, this is what I forgot. Come on back to the center. Right hand down. Left hand swings up. So I'm hinged forward with the hips here just a little bit. Reaching up. It's like you're going to wave to somebody over there or reach for something in the shelf. Both hands on the chair. We step back to downward facing dog, and we finish that off. Deep breath. All right, bring your hands back to your thigh muscles. Soften your knees. We're going to reverse swan dive all the way back up. And then forward fold, right smack down the center. We take this halfway rise, squeezing the shoulder blades together. It's like you're looking at a small child, a little dog right there. My knees are bent. And then circle sweep, come into chair pose. Now, I want you to be sure you can see your toes. Get near the chair if you can see it. So look down there at the toes first. So you're not going to bring the feet over the knees over the toes. Eyes up, heart forward. Reaching forward, you can always bring the hands to the heart. I'm going to take them out in this goalpost arms. One hand on the chair if you need it. The last piece of this, what I want you to do is lifting the gaze up. Drop that tailbone underneath you just a little bit. And then hold the ceiling back up with your fingertips. Nice and tall. Clap your hands and all the way back down. Now we're going to come into our tree pose. So you may want to get this chair handy. So step into it. I'm going to lift my right heel from the ground. All right. And then I'm going to turn my right heel to my ankle. And this is our very easiest version, sapling pose. You want a little bit more, you may want to reach for the chair and let the sole of your foot push into the calf muscle and strengthen that supporting leg. You want a little more, maybe your tree has a branch or 2 branches. And again, you can always drop that down to that sapling pose too. There are so many options here that make this accessible for everyone in some form. Deep. Hands come back to the heart. Turn the knee to the front. Toes can be on the ground there or up. And then I'm going to grab hold and shoot that leg right straight back. So what I want you to be careful you're not doing is coming off to the side. So keep everything right over the chair. Yeah. Belly in, leg in the back goes straight. And should you find balance, let's bring the hands inward towards the heart again. As we stand up, I'm going to drop that foot behind the other one. Now, if you have been told not to cross the midline for hip replacement, hip trouble, it doesn't feel good, don't do it. And then see if you can settle in and get both feet on the ground there. So whatever that means to you, you may want to take them further apart. Can you get all edges of your foot on the ground there? And then see if you can find this balance once again. Tailbone to the ground, broaden the collarbones. A little wavy, but that's okay. That's that body saying, whoa, 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 where's my center? All right, deep breath in. Exhale, we're going to bring that left foot into our tree pose. Hand on the chair. If you need it, drop that heel to the ankle. Easy one first. Maybe move up and push it into that calf muscle there, which means you got to really firm up that supporting leg too, so you don't push yourself over. And then here come the branches if you have them, maybe 1 or 2, and maybe 10 more branches in your fingers. Drop your shoulders, lift your heart. Focus goes on your breath. Bringing the knee to the front, hands to the heart. Hands on the chair if you need it. We're going to shoot that leg out to the back right there. Yeah, get that leg straight in the back. You can touch the ground, that's okay, but that leg is straight. It's not just coming along for the ride. Send some energy out it. Send some energy out the crown of the head, away from the heel. Breath in, deep breath out. And then we drop that foot behind. Resituate as you need to. You can soften the knees to get both feet on the ground. Yeah. All right. Step out to the right. Take the feet wide, slide down the legs right here, and then scoop the belly. Tuck the tailbone underneath you and round the spine and roll back up. All the way up and around. Yeah. Wide standing mountain pose. Looks just like mountain pose, except the feet are a little bit wider, a little broader base. Nice. Nice. Roll up on your tiptoes and walk both feet back in. Back to downward facing dog. Breathe. All right, taking the gaze over the chair. Just moving just a little bit. We're going to take a little more standing cat and cow now to finish off the spinal movement. Inhale, bring the heart upward. Okay, I don't want to look at the bottom of my chin. All right, so keep the chin tucked and just lift the heart. And then exhale, sink into the knees, scoop the belly and round the spine. Tuck the chin, you're looking back towards your navel. And then again, straighten the arms, straighten the legs. Heart lifts, not the chin. And then exhale, round. Oh my goodness. Should feel good, and this is something I would encourage you to do every day. Keep that spine moving. And exhale. All right, walk all the way in to the chair. Come into mountain pose, nice and tall. Close your eyes. And I'm near my chair here, so I've got this extra touch point with my belly here, so I can close my eyes or wrap the fingers around the chair if you need it. Standing as tall as you can, let the shoulders drop away from your ears. All right, bring the hands together at your heart, dropping your chin to your chest. Come up with a smile on your face and eyes open. All right, sit down, grab a drink of water, and we'll finish in the chair. Interestingly enough, I went over there just as I saw that call coming through. I realized I hadn't shut anything off. Okay. All right, so another stretch I love to do every day, every time we're together, is this piriformis stretch, this figure 4, half lotus I guess you'd call it, but lifting up on that knee, sit nice and tall. And then extend that leg out. And as I bring it in, I'm going to bring the heel. Now, if you've been told not to cross the midline, you've had hip replacement, this is not going to be the stretch for you. Feel free to leave that foot right down there on the ground. This foot needs to stay flexed, and that's going to protect that knee. Right? And you have choices. You can hold this knee up if that feels better, or open it up. I'm going to let you slump, so go ahead and slouch in your seat. All right? And then what I want you to do is press that low back forward. Sit extremely tall. Drop the shoulder blades down your spine. Crown of the head reaches skyward, so that chin tucks just a little bit. And then as you come into the stretch, you'll feel it, you'll know it. You want a little bit more, maybe hinge forward, leading with the heart, not the head. Breathing deep. As long as you're feeling a little tension there, then try to let it relax, and that's when you use that exhale. So you take that deep breath in, breathe into that tight spot, and then a slow exhale lets that open up a little bit more. And this knee is also right over top this ankle. I should have said that. All right, so come back. We're going to lift this up and over. Again, on the ground is just fine. If that feels better to you, keep that foot flexed. Nice deep breath in. We're going to rotate to the right wall using those core muscles, and then let the arms just float down. And wherever they land, they land. Shoulders are parallel to the earth right here now. So watch, we haven't sunk into this. Think about lifting the heart and broadening the collarbones. Always mountain pose. Maybe turn the gaze over the right shoulder. All right, so we've got that left hand crossed over the knee right there. We're going to come through and slide that right one underneath you there. All right. And then I'm going to squeeze the knuckles in. I'm going to bring the elbows in. And then I'm going to lift up. All right. This foot is still flexed here, squeezing the knuckles in, squeeze the elbows in, and stretch and breathe between the shoulder blades. All right, lifting them up to the back of the head. Open the chest. All right, release. Get that leg off in front, hands on the back of the chair, elbows point to the back, lift the heart. Keep the chin tucked. I don't want to see the underside of anybody's chin. Drop that leg down there. Yep, there you go. Okay, come right back out. Both feet on the ground. We're going to slide down, scoop the belly. I put this great big beach ball right here. So you're going to round over that beach ball. That belly's pulled in. Breathe into the back ribs. And then roll back up. And up with you comes this left leg. All right, nice and tall. Out in front, flex that foot. Bring it right back in, and that ankle crosses to the knee above it. It's up to you. You can also go on the ground and just turn the sole of the foot towards the leg. That's okay too. All right. Keep this foot flexed. I'm always reminded to do that because my knee will do wonky things if I don't. And you have a choice. You can open, you can support. But again, from that slumping, we roll forward. Tip of the sit bones, that low back presses forward, and that's when you'll feel that tension and that stretch. Maybe a little hinge if you'd like, forward fold if you'd like. It's up to you to find this great figure 4 stretch. It's another one I would encourage you to do on the ground, you know, in your bed, one foot on the bed, and this one crosses over. Bring the knee towards you. It's a great stretch. Breathe. All right, so up and over. Again, on the ground is fine. You'll still get a nice twist. Deep breath in. We rotate to the left. Let the arms float down. And the first inkling is to relax into this and look down towards the ground. I want you to keep that spine straight. We're looking over that left shoulder a little bit if you can. And that right hand is on your left thigh. You're going to come back to the front. Shove this one through. Knuckles together. Elbows together. Lifting up. Look beyond the wrists if you can. Breathing deep, keep this foot flexed here, and still, yep, everything's still working. And then we unfurl. Let's go ahead and unfurl the legs as well. Hands behind the head, lift the heart. Slide that left leg out, toe to the ceiling. Grab hold of the chair, elbows back, and just lift the heart. Let the shoulder blades kind of scoop up the heart there. Again, I don't want to see your chin, I want you to lift your heart. Both feet on the ground. I'm going to walk them a little bit wider and put this great big beach ball. It's like one of those fit balls you see in the gym. We're going to scoop the belly and round over. Yes, now breathe into the back ribs. And then roll back up. Go ahead and push yourself all the way back to the back of the chair. Snuggle that pelvis in. Let's take a little more feet work here. Push on the gas and the brake. You get a great stretch down the front of the leg when you point the toe and down out the calf when you come back the other way. And let's take the hands as well, doing the same thing, basically. And circle around. Yeah, wiggle those fingers and toes. And then in and out. In and out. One more time. In and out. All right. Deep breath in. Feet down. I tell everybody to do that. And then sit back. Sit back. Relax. Close your eyes. You've had that great smile I've been looking at on your face all morning. I so appreciate that. But now I want you to let those powerful jaw muscles relax as you unclench your teeth. Folding your hands or whatever feels good to you. So you can find a few minutes to once again pay attention to the rhythm of your breath. 10 deep breaths. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Corners of your mouth turned up a little bit, and eyes open, soft gaze. Bring your hands together at your heart, dropping your chin to your chest. Gratitude turns everything we have into enough, and so with a grateful heart, namaste. Nice, nice, nice. We have things to take care of that, no worries. All right, this is a regular week, so I'll see you this Wednesday. How many of you showed up last Wednesday for class? Darn it. But you didn't know, so it's okay. All right, so full week this week, and I'll see you again Tuesday, tomorrow for Pilates.